Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am actually replacing my old windshield with a Memphis Shade windshield. Memphis Shade is a major motorcycle brand for windshields. They build high quality, durable windshields that can stand the test of time. So I'm replacing my old one with this. Today is more of an installation video and a review on it. So let's get into it. I am not sponsored by Memphis Shades at all. This is actually just an honest review of my take. So this is the windshield that came in. As you can see, it looks actually kind of nice. I'll bring it closer to the camera. But looks like it's nice, good quality. Looks like it's very thick actually. It's not light. So it looks like it's actually going to be pretty good. And then of course I have the hardware for my particular motorcycle, a VL800 or C50. My first impressions has been pretty good. I haven't installed it yet. The one thing I really don't like is that you buy the windshield and you have to buy the hardware separately, which just makes it more expensive. So one thing I would really enjoy to provide kits for windshield and hardware that is slightly discounted. So you can still replace parts as it goes bad, but if you build one big kit, you're going to at least get people in. Now, the beautiful thing I did notice is Memphis actually sells hardware separately. So the little bands on the actual windshield can be sold separately. The glass itself can also be sold separately, and the hardware can be sold separately. But I would really like it if they had a single kit. Okay, I've already gotten the installation sheet up. It's pretty straightforward. Now I got to get everything out of here and try not to scratch everything. Okay, I finally got all this stuff out. It wasn't easy, but I got it all out. This piece right here goes onto the windshield itself. Now, obviously it's detached, so we're going to have to attach it on. That's part of the hardware kit. These kits are made for the Fats or Slim version. I got the Fats version because I wanted a slightly better wind protection. Now, look closely. This is really thick and durable. It looks like it has a release latch to make it easy to get on and off. And this is the thing, this part that goes onto the bike itself. This is some hardware to attach to help hold it all on for my bike. These little things that are literal pieces of crap. And then some bolts and washers. So let's get this on the windshield. So as you can see, I've left the packaging here on my work table because I don't want to scratch it. So flip it around. And according to the instructions, this thing goes on the outside edge and they fit on the bottom bolts and the mid bolts. So let me get that removed and I'll put it on. Okay, got the hardware on the windshield. I got it backwards. This is actually on the inside, not the other side, so I had to fix that. But it's all installed. It's nice and strong. Looks like all this stuff's working. Now I go to the bike and install on the bike. Cool. Okay, I'm over here at the bike right now. I actually went ahead and took off the plastic part in the front so I can kind of streamline this. I also like to make sure these bolts are nice and tight since I got on here. So I'll be checking that before I put the plastic back on. But I need to put this little attachment up here. So I still have the old bolt and washer here from the stock windshield, so all I have to do is undo that. And according to this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got all this stuff, and all that holds on is the bolt and washer from here. So when I look at these guys, all that other stuff is already attached. So all I have to do is get that off. So let's get it off. Okay, as you can see, I got these things on. All those attached pieces had to come off because one, I'll need to take them off anyways. But the reason is I couldn't get the ratchet between the bolt and all the stuff behind it. So the next thing it says on here, I need to loosen the bolts here. So being a metric bike, I need to switch over to metrics. Okay, next thing I need to do is put these guys back on these bolts, but leave them loose, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, got both sides. Now it's time to put on the main bracket. Now, according to the diagram, these are closer to the top, and you'll notice this thing kind of slides on. That's why the top bolt's supposed to be loose. So you can kind of just slide it on, make sure it's there. Then we got to put this back on per each side. Now, there was a spacer here, so that's got to go back here behind it. This is going to be tricky. So, spacer behind it. Where's that bolt? Okay. So this is going to be a little tricky because I have to get it through here, through the bracket, through the spacer, and then into the bolt itself. You don't tie anything down as of yet. Now I'm going to get the other side done. Okay. So I got that bolt on, that bolt on, that bolt, that bolt. That looks like that's all the bolts. Now I just need to tighten them all. And then I could try putting the windshield on and see how it looks. Yay. Okay, so I have all the bolts tight. Now this, you'll notice it goes back and forth. So that determines if you want it lean more back or you want it lean more forward. I want it lean more back, so I'm pushing it all the way to the back. Now, let's see how this windshield fits now. See how it goes. Yeah, it was. I needed to pull this thing up. That's why it wasn't working. So let's see here now. Let's get it in there. In there. Should snap onto the top there. That's snapped off. Hey guys, it's actually been a week since I did the installation video because I made a mistake. I bought the wrong cutout for the headlights, so the headlight cutout was too small. Now, I wasn't certain if the cutout was referring to the physical side of the cutout or what headlight it's cut out for. I thought it was headlight it was cut out for. I was wrong, so I had to return it and get shipped a new one, which I had installed yesterday, so I didn't bother to show that because I've already shown an installation video. So here is the big reveal. And one thing that's really cool about this is I realized is that hardware is just these 4 bolts. You do need to loosen them whenever you actually install this windshield, but once you want to get it off, it only takes 5 minutes. Unscrew them and it comes right off. But if you look, you can actually adjust the angle. So you can go forward or back depending upon what you want. It's not a huge adjustment, but it is kind of nice. It can make a big difference, but that's pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Okay, now let's take a ride and see how it works.
Okay, so this is my review of this windshield after I finished all the installations. I'm sorry this video took so long to get out. It's just been one delay after another, keeping me from doing it. So I've actually ridden with this windshield for the last week. So this is my reflection on what I think about it after several rides. One, the wind protection is pretty darn good. I don't feel it on my shoulders. I barely feel it on top of my head. I feel it barely around my torso. It's actually quite nice not to have to fight the wind all the time. Now, my only critique is that the only thing I actually have found that might not benefit that great, and I think it just has to do with the stresses. Oh my God, I can't talk. And that has to deal with the fact that the windshield vibrates. I mean, you can see the head pop up and down from vibrations. So if you've got like a big old Harley, yeah, it's probably going to vibrate more than mine. Because metric bikes generally don't vibrate that much. You just don't. You get a little bit of it. I think you can kind of see it in the camera just a little bit. So it's not enough to really make it go, hey, you know, maybe this isn't worth the buy. No, it's doing the job. It's holding up and doing the job. I can't complain. And it does actually look really nice. And yeah, I even got hit in with some rain the other day ago, and it was able to keep the rain off my chest. So 2 and 2. I mean, so yeah, I think this is worth the money, and I think if you're looking for a cruiser type shield, don't overlook Memphis. All right. Well, that's it. Ride safe, guys.